Physically, I'm a dream. Emotionally, I'm a mess.
You might want to take a pause before you poke this bear. Hello!
I'm Hunter Hardin.
And I'm Papa the Bear, and welcome to The Real Housebears.
Podcast, bro.
Podcast.
It's 420 somewhere, man.
Okay.
Totally.
It's not quite 420 here yet, though, so if you've already gotten started, then we're gonna have a wild podcast today.
When you have something happy to celebrate, celebrate it.
Dude. That's crazy, man.
Welcome back, everyone. We're excited to be back in the hot closet.
We're back in the hot closet. I'm not looking forward to these summer months in this hot closet with no air conditioning.
Right. Maybe we're going to have to put well, it would just make too much noise.
There's no way I could put a vent in here.
No, yeah,
I
me
can't
either.
do that.
Me either. It's been an exciting week because we got 2 more episodes of, what's the show with
Oh
Bethany?
my gosh. Hot.
Oh, crap.
Hot point.
We just said it last week.
Hot spot.
Something boss.
Boss. Hot.
No, it's not
I can't.
hot.
Why do I keep thinking hot? Maybe because it's a hot closet.
Let's find out real quick. Big Shot.
Big Shot.
The Big Shot.
I was thinking
Shot.
like Hot Shots, that movie.
Big Shot with Bethany. If we had enough time in our lives, and if podcasting didn't take so much time, I would totally do I would do a recap of that show.
Yeah, if you guys don't have HBO Max, you guys need to get HBO Max because
Go to
this
a friend's
show,
house that has HBO Max.
This new Bethany Frankel show is so
Big Shot with Bethany.
Yes, it is surprisingly really good. Like when Corey was talking about it, I'm like, okay, another reality show to watch. Great. And I thought it was going to be like a reality show just about her and her business. I was like, I don't want to watch her be successful even more than me. And so it's not like that at all.
Yes, it is so much fun. We talked about it last week a little bit, but we found out it comes out on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And this week we got 2 episodes, and I just can't get enough of it.
It's really good. I'm so surprised at how good it is, and I really hope that she isn't going to find the right person on this show. She has to make a second one.
Right?
You know?
And the way that she has been dressing this season.
Yeah, the outfit in the last one, that black leather with the zippers on it. I liked it, but I just didn't like the zippers on the neck.
Because you were thinking about how much it would hurt you.
Yeah, about how much it would bother me around my neck, like itching and scratching. But no, she's fierce, hot, sweet.
Yeah.
She's kind. I mean, it's Bethany Frankel, but I guess you just get to see Bethany Frankel in a different position.
Yeah. She's really showing her full spectrum.
Yeah, and she's so sweet. And these characters that are on this show are intense. So that's why I really want a second season to happen, because now I want people to know about it and audition. Right. I want to see some crazy people.
Yeah, me too. Well, she's got a good crazy.
She sent a quarter of them home the first hour.
I know. It's so good. I love it so
Y'all
much.
have to watch it.
Right. Big Shot with Bethany. I don't know why I had a total brain fart about that.
We did it last time, too.
I know. Anything else that we need to talk about this week?
I got my second shot.
Yes. So.
And it made me not feel very good for the last couple of days, but I am very glad that I got it. So it's my second one, and I'm done.
I know. In 2 weeks we can hug and kiss again.
Thank God. We don't have to hug each other with raincoats on anymore.
I want to get my peach kiss.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. Clearly, there's not anything else all that exciting happening in our lives to talk about. Big Shot with Bethany and Bravo. That's what we got going on. When we were watching, we just actually took notes this morning, and when we were watching it, when we got, again, with Teresa's tagline, every time I hear it,
I'm like, she's genius.
She's
dirty.
It's dirty.
It's dirty.
I think I'll probably talk about it every week because it just blows my mind.
I love it that it tinged at the exact same moment.
Yes.
Of oh, I get it now.
Well, we start off with Melissa going to Envy. She thinks the mannequin is dressed like a hooker.
Mm-hmm. It's fall. She needs a sweater.
I was like,
it wasn't
then maybe quit selling hooker clothes at Envy if you don't want your mannequin to look like a hooker.
Snap.
I mean, if you don't like it, change it.
Yeah, show them how Italian girl does it.
And she did.
She's got clothes, sweetheart.
She's got good fashion.
Mm-hmm. And then switch to Margaret getting ready for her book photo shoot. It looks like they're practically like remodeling the room.
When it started, I could hear all like construction in the background. And I was like, oh, is she remodeling a new room?
If I was Joe Bonino, I'd be like, don't mess up all the work I've been working on for so many years.
Yeah, but I really like the setup that they've got going on right there. I think it's really cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It kind of makes me want to like go get like a French fry box from McDonald's and like put jewels all over it. Like make a jeweled fry.
Into a purse.
Like a little phone purse.
Yes.
A little satchel.
I'm all over it.
So that's what I like for my birthday.
Oh,
I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Watch out, Bethany Frankel. I'm coming for you.
this could get really ugly really fast.
Jackie's getting ready to leave for her birthday trip, and she's like briefing Evan on the kids' schedule.
Yes.
They're going to go apple picking for her birthday. We've talked about this. Like, I've never done anything like that.
I've done it a couple times back in Palomino Valley in Nevada, which is strange because nobody knows where that is. But it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I had such a blast because you get to learn about all the different types of apples, but they're all like so big and pristine. They're different than the ones that you get in the stores.
Right.
And they have this like weird thing that you put it on and it like takes all the skin off of it when you peel it. That blew my mind in elementary school. After that, I ate like 6 apples a day just so I could do the peeling of it because I thought it was so fascinating. I've never seen an apple peeler before.
I think you can buy those at Walmart now. It was like...
Oh, no, you had a hand crank.
Okay, yeah, I think you can buy those at Walmart now.
Oh, yeah, you can buy them anywhere now. Yeah. I'd never seen one, but I thought it was so cool. But yeah, we need to go do that. I would really like to go do that.
You know, where we lived in South Carolina, there was like a berry picking patch right down the road that we never went to.
And for 5 years, you never took me there.
I know, so I'm gonna have to make it right. But it was sweet that she normally takes the kids to go and Evan to go apple picking together, like it's a family event.
Yeah,
that's fun. I want to do that.
That's good memories. We like memories, not gifts.
Right? Yeah. Dolores calls to tell Jackie that she is coming, but she's going to be a little bit late because she has a doctor's appointment. So she's going to be driving herself.
Yeah.
And Jackie's a little bit concerned. She's like, wait a minute. Are you really having a doctor's appointment? Or are you just still really mad at us? And Dolores like, no. I just have an appointment. It's been scheduled for a long time.
And then cut to confessional. Hell yeah, I'm not going to go. There's no doctor's appointment. I don't want to ride with those hookers.
She calls them all jerk-offs.
Jerk-offs. I really like Dolores the more I'm getting to know her in this season. Because, I don't know a lot of these characters that well.
Right.
So,
I
Dolores...
love that you call them characters.
Well, they... Honestly, they are.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love it.
But yeah, I really like Dolores because she's very straight up and she's honest. And she's 100% right about all these people talking behind her back. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jennifer's getting new furniture.
Hallelujah. People have been hounding her since she's been on the show about it.
Oh, listen, if I had money, I would have huge throne-like chairs wherever. It'd look like the Beast Mansion or something.
We need to move you and I guess it's Bill Aydin. We find out it was Bill's and Mary Cosby. You and Bill and Mary Cosby should film a reality show in Thrones.
I don't know if we'll mesh well.
I think it'll be amazing. I love watching train wrecks.
All right, let's do this. I want money so I can buy furniture.
Right.
Oh, wait, but we did just buy furniture.
Yes.
Y'all, we did adulting.
Yeah, we told him last week.
Yeah, and we got it like yesterday.
Yeah.
Finally.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
It's Saturday. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, it's gone by fast.
We got it 2 days ago. It's been very,
But it's
very
like
exciting.
the transformer of like couches. It like flips up everywhere and it's got charging ports everywhere. And like relaxing chairs and they rock.
It's very exciting where you would think that someone gave us a gold bar. But, it turns out that Jennifer Aydin is not alone. Like, turns out a lot of the world got tired of looking at their homes during the pandemic and then bought new furniture. Like when we went furniture shopping, there was no furniture in stock in like all of Salt Lake City.
I guess the whole world was like, I'm so tired of all this crap that I have to see every day.
I was just tired of having a bad back. So Jennifer, the furniture is being delivered. The dad is obviously there, and Jennifer's talking to her dad and talking about how her mom has been kind of short with her since the Turkish tea party. So she's like, "But mom, I invited mom to come over and look at the new furniture. She would be so excited about that."
Well, I mean, I think parents like that stuff.
Yeah, I think you're probably
You sent
right.
a message to my mom saying we got a new
I
thing,
did.
and she's like, "I love you guys so much." And I was like, "What is happening? Quit talking to my mom."
No. So her mom says that she's not coming over, and she's mad. She feels that Jennifer made a fool of her at the Turkish tea party, talking about her relationship in front of the other women. She's embarrassed. And Jennifer's like, really? I was trying so hard to do something that I did all of this for you for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to make you feel good, trying to make you feel included, trying to make you feel okay with where you are in your life, because these other wonderful women are in the same place.
Yeah. I thought that it was a really nice thing to say, but I did kind of tell at that little party that her mom was like, "That's not who I am, though, and you ladies don't know who I am." So
Right.
she said to her daughter, she's like, "If everyone jumps, am I supposed to jump too?" Well, it's the same thing. If everyone else is staying married to their husband, do you have to as well? But anyways, I have something to say about this.
Tell me about
So
that.
I was on the mom's side for a little bit,
Right,
Because I
absolutely.
was like, I understand. I thought that once she got validation for her feelings, that she could start healing. But she wants to play the victim card. She wants to be the martyr constantly. So every single time that she calls her mom always has this, I can't. Like, I can't breathe, like kind of
She's
thing. And she
isolated, yeah.
always asks her, "What's going on, Mom? I'm just tired." She's constantly needs somebody to be feeling bad for her. And this whole issue with the whole mom thing, if she's going to hold a grudge about it, so she says, "You guys were all making a fool of me when I'm supposed to be with my grandchildren." Honey, you didn't go travel to go be with your grandchild, the brand new son that your other family went to go see, and you denied it because you're so stubborn and hate your husband so much, but you don't want to get a divorce from him. So are you going to keep crying? What is this, the life that you're going to create now? Is this our life with you? Because it's not acceptable. She needs to go to therapy. Jennifer does not need to be doing this on her own because she can't. Her mom has some deep therapy that she needs to have.
I think that she's just proving what we all knew all along, is that she's a difficult person.
She is a
She's
difficult person.
difficult
And
person.
whether it was the way she was raised or anything, it's still not okay for you to treat others bad.
I mean, what's
Especially
more
when they're-
embarrassing? Being divorced or living in separate homes until you die? What's
And
more
not
embarrassing?
and avoiding your children and grandchildren because that person is there. What is that?
I mean, again, I never grew up in a type of culture or religion where, you know, divorce meant the end of the world like she did, but I just can't imagine why being divorced would be worse than what she's going through
at her
now.
age, they're in the United States and stuff like what. It's so deep seated in her that she has to go to therapy for a long time to get over this.
Well, I don't. She doesn't seem like the kind of woman who's going to go to therapy.
I know, and that's why I feel bad for Jennifer.
Her dad just recommends ignoring her.
I know, but that's not okay.
Well,
that doesn't make anything better.
Well, it turns out we find out the mom's ignoring Jennifer.
Yeah, and it's.
Well, move over to Teresa, making hard-boiled eggs, while Melania is eating a cheeseburger and fries.
She just got back from the gym, Teresa did, and
Yeah.
I would be pissed at my child.
Melania's like, haha, I'm 15. I can eat whatever I want for now.
I'd be like, I brought you into this world. I'm going to take you out.
So Joe Gorga comes over to help Teresa organize the garage. Now, it's wild to see Teresa, first of all, in just like these dingy clothes that she's, you know, doing to clean out the garage. But I had such a strong negative reaction to the leggings she was wearing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice.
Oh my God, they were so heinous. They distracted. I don't barely know what they talked about in that scene because I was so upset about those ugly leggings that she was wearing.
But Teresa feels like she needs a man in her life to help her with house stuff. Just
No,
getting
really,
rid of garden.
Joe feels like Teresa.
Well,
needs
I
a
think
man in
Teresa
her
honestly
life.
feels that as well, but she doesn't realize it.
There's maybe I'm a little bit oversensitive, but there's a lot of Joe, a lot of Joe machismo that's not very attractive right now.
I'm not very into it right now.
Because, I mean, he did flat out say, you need a man around here.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's got money. If she can't pick something up, she can hire someone
I was
who
like,
will.
Teresa could pick these boxes up. They're just trash.
Yeah, or call her brother occasionally to come over.
Seems like it's more than occasionally because he is tired of it.
I think he's just tired of a lot of things right now. So Teresa asked Joe why he's such a blabbermouth, and he's like, why don't you just embrace it? Just why don't you just...
Doesn't it feel good to embrace it?
He's like, you're in love, clearly. They're all telling her. They're all like, Teresa, we know what you're going. We know that you're in love. We know that you're going to marry him. Why don't you just go ahead and get with it? And she's like, can you all let me make sure of that first?
Yes. You know what I kind of have a feeling is, when you first start seeing somebody, you get that honeymoon phase. What is that, honeymoon phase or whatever?
Yeah.
Where it's like you can't keep your hands off each other. But then all of a sudden, once you guys make it official, all of a sudden it's gone. And that's what maybe she's probably afraid of. But I honestly, I do understand that she doesn't want to let it out too soon because it's too good. And she doesn't want to ruin it.
And she's been hurt.
And she's been hurt too many times. But it sounds like she's head over heels with this guy. She says he's amazing. She won't say that she's in love with him. But I think she is.
I mean, Joe says that he is like Louis is the opposite of what Joe Judy is.
And Joe just wants Teresa to feel good.
Everyone
That's
does.
all he wants.
Everyone
And he's
does.
like, you're a better person when you're around him.
But she was to take it slow, and everyone else is like pushing her down the aisle.
I know.
Melissa's down at the end of the aisle with your wedding dress. Go put it on and say I do.
I think mostly they want Teresa to calm down and not be an attack dog the whole time she's like around. They want her to be loose and goosey and smelling like pineapple, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. But Teresa still claims that she and Louis haven't had sex, and maybe they haven't had like intercourse, but she's been drinking way too much pineapple.
You could smell pineapple on his breath.
Yes.
I guarantee you.
So if they haven't, he's definitely had a slice of the pineapple.
But you know what? Like, she's probably, if they get stuck out at sea, they will not get scurvy.
Pineapple keep you from getting scurvy?
2 slices of pineapple is 25% of your daily vitamin C. They used to keep it on like boats and ships and stuff to prevent scurvy. So it's good to keep those 2 around. If they want to be horny and just leaking pineapple everywhere,
and full
do
of
it.
vitamin C.
I'll go out to sea with you.
I mean, I love pineapple, but I can never think
pineapple.
of it the same way again.
I love pineapple. It's so good.
You should. You should. You know what also I love is that commercial that came on after this scene between Cynthia Bailey and Noelle.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The Dove Self-Esteem Project. She's like, so Noelle, the social media should not be for bullying. Your friend,
It was so bad, and I was like,
Yes,
why are we
Mom.
listening to these two?
Yes, Mom, I am going to use social media for good.
Click, fast forward.
No, I watched that both times that we watched
I
this.
can't.
But then we come back to Margaret's beautiful photo shoot. To be honest with you, I don't know that I absolutely love the book cover execution, but I love the idea of it. I do love the jewels pouring out of the fast food.
I think they have it set up for one view. And I think from the camera angles is coming from a different viewpoint, so it may look not as
No,
done.
I'm saying from the actual book cover I've seen online.
Oh, have you seen it online?
Yeah, I don't. Again, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a really great idea. It just ended up looking more on the cheap than the
trashy,
more like the tuna fish than the caviar.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
There wasn't a good give and take there.
It was just it just
wasn't a good to and fro.
Maybe I'm just being overcritical,
Not
but
a
I
good
just
yin and
think I think it could have been better. And I also have to say that it's time to give up the pigtails, Margaret.
I don't like pigtails, and older women make it look.
Well, her first season, that was her thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, her first season.
Well, what was that, 10 years ago?
No, this is only her like 4th, 5th season on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was her thing, and it was cute. It was a really a cute thing, her first season. But then
I don't even like it when Erica Jane does it.
Yeah, she started like shying away from it, and she looks so good right now. And then when she brought the pigtails back out, I was like, you know what, you don't need that gimmick anymore.
I'm gonna get out of this and in my sweats.
Britney Spears, 1999 is the only pigtails for me.
With those little pink puffy. Yes. Oh,
Because the girls had like those little puffy ball things that were in her hair on the ends of their pencils, and it would like wave in the air and stuff. Like Peacock Feather.
Who is the guy who is setting everything up with the tank top with his nipples out?
Both times I watched, I didn't notice.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't notice both times.
I was like, his nipples are all over this scene. Why is... I mean, I have some tank tops that are, loose fitting or whatever, but my nipples aren't going to be hanging out.
I have a tank top on right now. Oh, see, my nipples are just covered. Look at that. Just cut. Perfect. I got a social areola. What can I say?
I'm so glad that you got to use that.
I know, that was so good. I love that.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
I'm glad we got that in. So anyway, there's some guy who's setting everything up and his nipples are out through the entire scene, and I'm offended by it.
You're just offended about this whole situation right now.
I guess I am.
You don't
What's
like
wrong
the
with
table
me?
setting?
No, like I said, I like it. There's just something when
You
you
hate
look
it.
at it.
You hate
that
it.
just-
You know what? You don't need to preach to me.
I need you to admit this is a lie.
So Margaret is putting Marge Sr. on the back cover of the book, which I think is so sweet.
I love the clip holding her dress slack up.
That's
That's a little trick. I've done it before.
I'm sure it's a borrowed dress.
I mean, I've had to wear extra large
You've
shirts.
had to borrow dresses.
The bras never fit me, like the bust area never fits me well.
So again, the theme is fun. The pigtails are old news.
Why did she calls her mom Marge Senior?
Yeah, well, because they're both named Margaret. They're both named Margaret.
But can't she call her mom?
Well, again, they just had more of a friendship when Margaret was younger.
Okay.
And,
So it just kinda
and
happened
that's
that way.
probably what other people called them as well.
Yeah.
They probably called her Margaret and called her mom Marge, like their
Okay,
friends
Marge
and
and
family.
okay.
So I
okay.
think that's probably just kind of like their dynamic. I love it when Margaret makes herself laugh for pictures.
I know she showed us that trick in an earlier episode. Do it with us, kids. Oh, yeah.
So the mother-daughter photo shoot is really, really fun. The Yorkie jumps in. It was all just fun to watch. It was all fun to watch.
And then afterwards, they had a little cry and a hug.
That
and
was so sweet.
I really liked
I'm
that.
so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
It's kind of like getting over old demons.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like that. Now on to Dolores' house.
And Frank, every time there's a scene with Margaret and Joe Bonino, it starts with her going, Joe! Every time Frank enters Dolores' house, he screams her name.
Dolores!
As loud as he
I
can.
know.
They talk about Frank being a yeller or a screamer or
All the
whatever you
time,
want to
yeah.
call it. So could you imagine if he was mad how loud that would be? But they're getting ready for Frankie and Gabby's birthdays, who are just a few days apart. I would hate that as a kid.
And sharing your birthday?
I would hate that as a kid.
I would hate that.
Yeah. When you were young, like when I was young, my mom, for like my brother's birthday, would buy one gift for me. Did your mom do that?
Oh, she did that for like my step cousins.
But not for
on my
you?
birthday. But not for me. My mom was so good to other kids.
So David's not there yet because he's at work performing open heart surgery on a newborn. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I wanted to skim past it so fast because I can't imagine the concentration that you would have to have in small. I mean,
The pure terror that would have to be going through your body while you're doing it.
but I mean, he has to have done this 100 times in
I
his
mean,
career. Probably not a newborn, but
yeah,
he's
I don't know
been
how
under
often
high
newborns
stress-
have to get open heart surgery or whatever.
high stress situations. He's just used to it. You could tell that he is not fazed by anything.
Yeah,
But I
he's
guess
not.
doctors and nurses are like that. They have this really dark sense of humor, and they just don't care because you have to live that way, seeing that drama and heartache every day.
And they're also doctors and nurses at home either have an awesome bedside manner or have an awful.
Awful, yeah. My mom was a nurse our whole life and worked in ICU, which was really hard. But she was so good to people. But when she got home, I gotta rip your arm out of its socket and beat you with the bloody end.
He's like, I've been dealing with asshole strangers all day long. I don't want to be dealing with my kids being that way.
I broke my collarbone, and she had to come home from work, and she was so mad. She chased me around the front of the house, trying to look at it, but I thought she was going to try to pop it back in place because that's what nurses. She didn't care or ask. She would just do it.
So David gets home and he seems kind of unbothered. He looks a little tired maybe, but he seems pretty unbothered. And Frank's really super excited to see his best friend.
Frank is like a chihuahua.
Yeah.
Like barking and jumping around. He's like, yay, Frank's home, Frank's home,
And
Frank's
they're all
home.
like, who's dating here?
Yeah, what's going on here?
And Frank asks David who he would rather date, him or Dolores. And he's like, Dolores.
Come on.
Frank yells too much. They say Frank yells too much.
And he doesn't know what the word monogamous means.
That was so funny.
By his daughter said that. That was so
Yeah, they're like, Dolores and David are in a monogamous relationship. I'm sure you don't quite understand that word.
But you know what? It's so far past them that they could all joke about it now.
Yeah,
so I like that.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
But Frank's like, you think I can yell? You should seen Dolores at Michelle's party the other day.
He was
So they
snapping.
fill him in on the poll that the ladies took before Dolores got there, and David's like, whatever. This is
Why do I care? I'm 65 years old. I love my life.
Yeah, and that made her so
happy. Yeah, she's like,
It
I
was,
love you.
It was sweet to see them be affectionate.
Yeah, she gets something from him that other people can't offer her.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't really recall the relationship a whole lot last season, if they were more lovey-dovey last season. But I was kind of jarred seeing them be affectionate because I haven't seen it.
You've seen it, yeah.
But she's very emotionally closed off, especially on camera, so that might be why.
All I know is that I'll be closed off on this relationship if I don't get a cat birthday cake.
You want the moon? I'll go get the moon for you.
Dolores and David bring out those two gorgeous cakes.
And apparently they were made by somebody that David delivered their children.
Oh, wow.
Did you catch that?
No, I didn't catch
The
that.
people that made the cakes, he delivered those people's children.
Oh, how nice.
Yes.
I love that.
So the cakes are beautiful. Frank Jr. is like, I don't want you to cut into it. I want to store it. I want to keep it in the freezer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One has animals for Gabby and one has Wall Street for
Yes.
Frankie.
Man, imagine that. That family's going to do very well.
They are. So this is probably, before we get to the apple picking, why don't we pick this time to take a little break?
I'm trying to. I like that. That's good.
Did you like that?
I like that. I'm trying to think of something about apples or like, you know what? I'm gonna
Let's
applesauce out of here. All right, I gotta go.
no,
Bye.
Bye.
I need to have peace.
We'd love to give a shout out to our sponsor, Anchor Podcasts.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free.
There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more.
You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place.
Anchor is where we started with our podcast, and it's been really great for us, and that's how you're able to hear us on all the different streaming platforms.
We love it. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. And we're back.
We're back at Jackie's house on her birthday. Well, if it's actual birthday.
Birthday party.
But the day that they're celebrating for sure.
Putting out a delivered spread.
Yeah, she has breakfast like catered,
Mm-hmm.
kinda. Margaret shows up first, and I do not like that
The fur neck thing? Yeah, I did not like that. Those were odd colors.
Pink,
Didn't work
brown,
well.
gray. It was not attractive.
It just wasn't great. I didn't like it very much. Melissa shows up. She can't drink any coffee. She's gonna pee.
Afraid she'll pee the whole
way.
Jackie, as soon as anyone gets there, first words out of her mouth, I got breakfast. I got breakfast. She's so proud of herself.
I got breakfast, you guys. I unpackaged it.
No, I realize that bagels and lox are a very common, like, breakfast brunch thing in the Northeast.
I'm not a fan of it.
I can't do salmon for breakfast. I just can't.
There's just something that it just isn't great.
I had some friends from New York come down and visit, and they drove from New York to South Carolina and brought bagels and lox in a cooler. So the salmon traveled from New York to South Carolina in a cooler.
And you don't even like sushi delivered.
Right? So I had to swallow it down and be gracious, but oh my God, it makes me sick now just thinking about it.
Yeah, not a fan of it.
But Jackie's very proud of herself for having breakfast, and Jackie tells Melissa and Margaret about Dolores not riding with them. Everyone, even Melissa, is upset about the way that Joe Gorga was talking to Dolores.
Yeah.
But Dolores knows him, and Dolores is not really all that
She's like, I
bothered.
wasn't even bothered by that. The only thing she was really bothered by was everyone was taking a poll and was talking about her around other people.
Exactly.
People that she didn't know.
Exactly.
And that's not what you do.
Later on, when she gives some really great analogies, which we'll talk about in just a moment, at the and while they're picking, I was like, you need to tell all the women this, Dolores. But we'll get to that in just a second. So they're eating breakfast. They gotta save the pineapple for Teresa, according to Margaret. So the conversation immediately goes to Teresa and Louis.
This mystery man.
Yeah, they're like, why won't Teresa talk about it? I'm like, why do you? How is that not obvious to you all?
But even Melissa thinks that this guy's the one.
Yeah, they're like, they're going to get married.
Yeah.
They're going to get married. And again, I think they did end up buying a home together, but they're not quite married yet.
Wow.
Jennifer Aydin shows up. At first, I was like, you go, Jennifer. You're the only person who showed up with a birthday present.
Yeah.
But then it was a present from everybody.
It was a gift
It was
from everybody.
Those
Those earrings were pretty.
They were beautiful.
They looked good on Jackie later on in the episode. When they're like right on the train, I could see them. They looked really good.
Yeah, they were really quite beautiful. People gave Jennifer Aydin a hard time on social media about the black boots that she wore with that dress. I thought they were cute boots. They were like very 90s inspired. They were like, cloggy or big heels and had spikes on the toe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if the boots really went with her outfit.
Yeah.
But I thought they were cute nonetheless.
Those are good apple picking boots.
Yeah. Jennifer tells everyone that she went apple picking with her mom and dad recently. And they're like, oh, how is that? Are they good together?
No.
No.
Jennifer's mom was salty the whole time just because he was there.
And then Jennifer tells everybody that she and her mom are likely not going to be talking to each other. And that made me sad. You could see how genuinely sad she was.
Yeah,
that made me
not nice.
And to know that they still, to this day, haven't been speaking is really hard. Life is too short. I mean, unless there's something that we don't know about.
But her mom is just stubborn.
Yeah. Melissa gets a text from one of her sons saying that Daddy has fallen down.
He's
and
hurt. Something's
What's
going
going on? So she calls him, and he sounds awful. I thought for sure he was kidding.
I automatically knew it was a kidney stone from the way he sounded and like he was falling, because when I was really little, I asked my dad, like my dad was an iron worker and a boxer and stuff at one point in his life. So he's done a lot of stuff to his body. And I asked him what was like the worst pain you've ever felt. And he said kidney stone.
Oh,
and
I've heard that.
never forgot that.
Oh, I've heard that.
My friend
for
Corey
sure.
got one and he got sent to the hospital and he felt horrible. There was like a green stain on the floor from the bile he was throwing up because he was in so much pain, but he had nothing in his stomach to throw up.
Gross.
I felt so bad, but I'm drinking water as we speak.
Once I believed him that he wasn't putting a joke, I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, you thought it might have been a joke? I never thought of that.
Oh
that
yeah,
once.
I thought he was just playing a joke at first, and I was like, oh, so he really is in pain.
So Melissa's like, I'm not going to go to this trip. And Joe's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Quit worrying about it. But could you imagine if she didn't and she went to this wine thing?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
If she went to this wine thing, he would have brought it up later on. He would have been like, my wife can't even come with me to the hospital when I'm dying.
Oh, gosh, you're right.
Even though he said that it's fine or whatever, if he would have brought that back up to her and made him feel even worse.
Especially as abandoned as
abandonment,
he's feeling
yes.
Wow, that's a good point.
But Margaret says this kidney stone is complete payback over what he was saying about Dolores.
Yeah. So it's Jackys birthday, but she's feeding everyone and she's giving everyone a gift.
Yes.
On Melissa's way out, she's like, take your gift.
Take your gift.
I'm like,
I want to go to her parties.
yeah, I like that kind of birthday. The ladies load up in the van and call Dolores because they're running just a little bit behind. And Dolores is going to call David to go make sure that everything's okay with Joe, which is really super sweet. But that's funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. Is it a coincidence or irony?
I think I feel like it's more of a coincidence, but it feels ironic, right? Margaret immediately, Margaret is obsessed
with this new guy,
Teresa and Louis.
Yes, she has to know what is going on.
She's seriously the one who is always directing the conversation
back to him, about
Teresa.
And she's
Louis.
In her like little confessional. She's always talking about Teresa.
Yeah, obsessed. Teresa's trying to be cautious, but she thinks that Louis is the best guy she's ever met.
Yes.
And she just wants everyone to shut up about it.
Yeah, just leave me alone, y'all.
Yes.
So they show up at Warwick Winery. Yes. Say that 3 times fast.
No way. It's going to be like another episode where you can't say one of our words. I think it's funny. You don't think it's funny? I think it's sweet.
I wanted you to say it, not turn it back on me. I wanted to hear you sound stupid.
I love it when you get tripped up on a word. I think it's cute.
And I never used to, but now I do at my old age.
I think it's cute and I think it's funny.
I swear to God, I'm gonna f***ing blow my casket. I really am.
Dolores even shows up not too long after the ladies show.
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty good timing. It was like she's like, I'm looking for a bunch of loud, sparkly girls.
Yes, that's a perfect way to describe them.
Yes,
not there a bunch of people with cameras around them.
Right. So they load up the tractor on the way out to the thing,
and automatically start talking about Joe's penis.
Did they?
No, well, his kidney stone.
Oh.
And that he's got to pee it out.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember penis talk.
No, they didn't say it specifically.
But they bring up how interesting it is that David was taking care of Joe. And Dolores is just convinced that Joe is going through something.
Yeah, Dolores is like, there's something going on with him. And Teresa's like, yeah, there is stuff going on with him between Melissa, like, doing more of her things and losing the parents. So Teresa even knows it's abandonment.
And again, I think he's probably at the ripe old age for a midlife crisis.
Oh, perfect.
Be careful what you say, because I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
that's
perfect timing.
That could be a perfect storm.
Back to Dolores' relationship.
Yeah.
My goodness.
She's just really mad about the poll.
That's not what true friends do. That's what I'm going to say.
That's all it is.
Not even just the poll, more everyone's taking this poll around people that she doesn't know and like talking about her relationship.
And
that
she's
she doesn't
like,
know.
all right, who raised your hand?
Yeah, I would be scared. I'd be like, oh my goodness, Dolores, I did, I'm sorry.
But, just as much as Dolores can't understand why the women are thinking the way they are, the women are like, Dolores, can you understand that there was a time when you were really upset about the ring? So we were upset about it on your behalf.
And then when it never came and nothing ever was said, we want to make sure that you're happy.
Yeah, it's not that we were trying to embarrass you or talk ill of you.
We want the best for you.
Yeah, so maybe I'm curious to see how she'll feel about it after she sees it on TV.
Now on to apple picking.
Yes.
Teresa's like, are there pineapples here?
No, she's like, do you have Matashas?
Yeah.
They're like Macintosh.
Macintosh. She's like, no, that's a computer. Talking Mikashas. I want a Mikasha.
This is so funny. Margaret and Dolores are paired up. Jackie and Jennifer are paired up, but they're all talking about
Dolores' relationship again.
Talking about the poll. But this is where Dolores really, I thought this was profound, and Dolores needs to tell everyone this. She's like, what if everyone was taking a poll about whether Evan was a cheater or not in front of all these other people? What if everyone was taking a poll of if Melissa and Joe, their marriage is going to survive what they're going through right now?
It disparages David.
Yeah, so I was like, that's you're absolutely right, Dolores.
She's not just some hoe walking down the road. She's your friend. You don't talk about her that way.
Yeah, right.
Treat her better, people.
Yeah. I thought it was Teresa's throwing apples at Jennifer and Jackie, and Jennifer Aydin catches it. I was like, go.
She probably clawed it.
I don't know
those
that
nails.
I could.
Okay, so in this next part, when they go to sit down to eat,
yeah,
there's this guy in the far background. I think he's wearing a red shirt, but his back is towards the camera in the far background from like the overview of the table. And so once he notices there's stuff going on in the camera, he switches on the other side of the table so that he could face the cameras. Yeah, I caught it the second time I watched it.
That is so wild. I wish I had seen that.
Because he was getting up and getting into the other chair, and I was like, I wonder. And then we like hit rewind, and he was there.
That is
It's so funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
Melissa texts with confirmation that it was kidney stones officially. Dolores suggests that Joe and Frank go get buddy colonoscopies.
You guys can hold hands.
They're at that age. Joe Benigno is 65 years old.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, I would have said 50s.
Something, yeah, 50
Yeah,
something.
good for him. And so Margaret is going to have a birthday/Halloween party for him. I bet you that's why when we see it in the previews, Teresa wearing that multicolored pink and colored wig.
She tastes good.
Yeah.
She's like cotton candy.
They liked the first wine.
Teresa
They
didn't.
didn't like the second one, but the third one had notes of dried pineapple.
So Teresa's like, give me the bottle.
Yes, let me. Never mind. I was going to say something rather inappropriate.
Family podcast.
Where she might want to shove that bottle of wine. They asked Dolores if she's going to bring David to Margaret and Joe's party. And Dolores is like, well, Teresa, are you bringing Louis? And then Jennifer Aydin. Your tone, girl. He's got to be there for something. At least one time.
Girl.
And Dolores was ready to punch her.
She's so tired of her.
You know, Dolores is a fighter.
I'll have no fury like a woman's sauce that you let burn.
I worry that she's in fight mode more often than she needs to be, but Dolores is a fighter.
And I think that's why people want her to be happy in a relationship, because they don't want to see that fighting part of her so much. That defensive part of her.
Well, they finally settle it. Jennifer and Jackie explained to Dolores, okay, we get it. Let me explain to you one more time why we were thinking the way that we were. But we get it, and it's no more an issue. Until Dolores brings it back up 5 seconds later. Dolores was over it until they talk about Teresa and Louis again. And Dolores is like, Teresa, don't say anything about your relationship.
I know. It's just like, you're being over dramatic. I have a conspiracy theory about this whole pineapple situation.
Oh my God, what?
It's a little crazy.
Imagine.
Okay, so there was this scientist guy that a long time ago, he would ring a bell, and every time he ring a bell, he would give his dog a treat.
Pavlov.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. And every time he'd ring, the dog would come, and he would salivate.
Right.
And then when he would stop doing it, he would still even hear the bell. So I think every time he hears pineapple, he gets a boner. And so she's like saying pineapple through this whole episode. She's like, pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. So he's watching the show, and she's probably with him right now.
Yeah, just ride 'em, cowboy.
I'm
That
so
is
crazy.
You know what? Maybe, listen.
It's scientific facts.
That's a fact, actually. Google it.
And, people have equated Teresa Giudice to Pavlov and other incredibly intelligent
Really?
science. No, never. That has never happened. That has never, ever happened. After the apple picking, it was good to see that Joe's doing well, and now Melissa's making boiled eggs.
The eggs, man.
I'm like, between the Gorga home and Teresa's home, I can't imagine how bad the gas smells.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, now we got too many people making hard-boiled eggs. It stinks around here. So Joe's doing pretty well. David treated him really well and took really great care of him.
He even drew out a picture so that Joe could understand what was going on.
Have you seen doctors do that before?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. When I was listening to Bravo Andy, the show with, oh gosh, the one that does all the impressions of the housewives, Amy Phillips. She was surprised to see David drawing on the bed sheets. And I was like, no, I've seen the doctors.
Yeah.
They've done that with me before.
It's paper. They give me crayons when I wait in there.
Do they? I like the way you say crayons. That's cute.
Crayons.
That's cute. Melissa tells Joe that everyone needs to keep their mouth shut about Dolores. And Joe's like, I don't.
I could say whatever I want to her. I've known her longer than you.
I've known her longer than I've known you. I mean, he's like, we've been friends for a long time. And Melissa's like, yeah, but Joe, people are starting to say that you're chauvinistic.
Yeah.
They're starting to say, you're not speaking in a way that is respectful of women.
Automatically, he thinks that because other people said that Melissa is saying the same thing.
Yeah. And he's starting to feel picked on. Mm-hmm. And even his wife doesn't have his back. But, there probably was a time when Melissa probably would have supported anything and everything that he said.
Yeah.
But maybe there wasn't a time when he would say something as stupid as he's been saying this season. I don't know.
But it just kind of seems like he just wants her to be home and docile. And it's just, that's not cool. But he was going into it about saying, you know, she wanted to be a singer. I let her do that. She wanted Envy. I gave her that. An au pair. I gave her that. But now she's just more and more not at home, and I need to be seen more.
So do actions speak louder than words? He's like, how does she think I don't support her? I've done this and this and this, and I've been supporting her, but he's also not been verbally as supportive, you know, feeling like you're leaving me alone, you're not doing your quote-unquote wifely duties type situation.
As much as he thinks that Melissa isn't listening to him, he's not listening to what Melissa is saying to him. Because she's like, I'm right here. Like, I'm doing everything I can to balance my life, but I'm not the same 22-year-old that you met when we met.
And then it ends without resolve. It just ends with him leaving saying, we're done.
Yeah.
And that made me sad.
I don't...
I'm glad
until the next fight about it.
I'm glad that wasn't the end of the episode, though. I would have hated to have ended the episode that way. We have a short little video. It's so funny. This episode is called Teresa's Mystery Man, and we don't ever meet him. There's a flash of him from behind in the back at the end. That's it.
But this whole episode was talking about Teresa's man.
You know what? Tell me that Teresa isn't just like Housewives personified. This week's called Teresa's Mystery Man. Last week was called Teresa's Name, Teresa in Love, I think it was called. Like, she is just Housewives royalty. So she's getting ready for a day with Louis. Melania's helping her. I'm loving Melania. The more screen time I'm getting with her, the less like sad teenager I'm feeling about her.
Okay.
You know? But she asked, so how's Louis? Like she wasn't just prompted by a producer to say, all right, you guys are going to come in here into the room and Melania's going to ask you about Louis.
Yes. But she really likes Louis and she likes the way her mom is around Louis.
Everyone seems to like Louis. Melania thinks that Teresa is in love. Everyone keeps telling Teresa's in love, but she's not ready to say it, at least not on camera.
Like I said, she's afraid of that honeymoon phase of falling out.
I do not at all. I guess I have a lot of problem with the wardrobe this week. Sorry for my negativity, but I hated that outfit she wore in the date. That little like corset top with the off the shoulder sleeves and the black pants.
Man, I just wasn't paying attention to the outfits.
Because remember, at first she was going to wear like this purple dress with purple boots, and Melania was like, "No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's too much." So she switched to like this little corset.
Oh yeah,
top.
that weird like puffy thing on the top, and then the black corset. Yeah, I didn't like the pairing of that
at all. I don't know, and I don't think it flattered her. I didn't like ending the episode on that. Let's say that. But the episode ends with Teresa answering the door, and
until next time, people.
Maybe you'll get to see Louis' face next week.
We have one more episode before it starts reunions.
You know, I luckily have made my Madonna shirts last through this entire season. You. I had no idea I had that many Madonna shirts.
But however many reunion episodes, you got to keep it going.
Well, you know, I think that I started on episode 3 when we were no longer covering Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay.
I think that's when we started. But we'll see if I have enough t-shirts to make it till the end of the reunions. We'll see.
Well, thanks for making it to the end with us, you guys.
Thank you all. Don't forget to follow us on the socials. In the meantime, on Instagram and Facebook, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
We're also on YouTube at The Real Housebears, and you can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you are on Apple Podcasts, please give us a nice little written review and a 5-star rating.
Please.
Thanks, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Sound test is on.
Testing. Pineapples.
Pineapples.
Pineapples. Pineapples.
I don't even know what to say.